Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Flip Thought Show. It's your host with the most, King Truth, Hosberg, Benny Bow, the one with the word, the one with the flow. Coming at you live, man, at 153. Hope everybody had a productive and blessed Sunday. And we gonna come right at you with the content. Give me 1 second. Uh,
Is when loose cannon.
Here we go. Here we go. Also, it was pointing shows just a different video, but it's gonna be off of Wig TV. Y'all go subscribe to Wig TV and go check bro's content out. He got a lot of good shit. Um, okay, so yeah, man. Thanks for everybody tuning in, liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting that notification bell so I know y'all there so I can throw it to you when it's in the air, man. And we gonna be right here with it, commentating right after the video. And let's go.
Okay, so for this video, I want to talk about Three Fingers Wack 100 and how he lined up loose cannon to get arrested by the federales. So I want to explain. So one of the things that loose cannon is locked up for right now is for the Great No Jumper Brawl of 2024. This is when Loose Cannon was seen on video buffaloing some guy in the head with slam, and he forced him to take an unexpected nap, and then he ran his pockets and disrobed him and left him naked for dead. What? This is the Great No Jumper beatdown, but this is in the indictment. This is what Loose Cannon is in trouble for right now. And what they're saying is on the internet, people are saying that Wack Three Fingers lined this whole thing up and used Loose Cannon to beat up someone he didn't like. And now Loose Cannon is in jail for it. And Wack Three Fingers is parading around dry snitching on him, saying that it was all Loose Cannon. And this is basically telling. This is telling, guys.
Wack didn't run out
Sure telling.
on no bullshit.
That's for sure.
The people that you invited are the ones who got involved in this bullshit. And from my perspective, this is all like a big PR thing. Because why was somebody filming before it even started?
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying too, bro. That just seemed like it was really planned out.
Okay, so I want to explain this entire beating. So I guess Three Fingers Wack had a business deal for a low budget TV show with these two guys, Travis Ford and Mozzie. And apparently Wack wanted to bring the 16 in on the deal because I think he wanted the 16 to help promote the show with his No Jumper platform. So he needed the 16. So they were going to have this meeting.
So shout out Point first off, right?
Shout out Point and Shoot, man.
That shit been getting kind of wicked for Wack. I ain't gonna lie. If y'all ain't noticed, bro, it's been a lot going on. They, you know, we're gonna get into it though. We're gonna go through it.
At the No Jumper building, just the four of them, Three Fingers Wack, Mozzie, Travis Ford, and the 16 of Nashua. It was supposed to be those four, but the meeting was canceled.
Mozzie canceled with Wack. Wack called me and told me not to show up.
And so what happened was this Jay Reed guy, the guy that got beat up.
Yeah, but then Jay Reed tried to say like that Wack was saying he didn't know him and all that shit. And they knew each other. They have pictures together with Loose Cannon.
Tells him I'm going up there anyway, right?
And so what happened was Jay Reed annoyed some people by overstepping and trying to like slither into a business dealing that he wasn't invited to.
Brick, man.
So he was annoying Three Fingers Wack and Travis Ford and everyone. He's being a pest. And this is why people are saying that this was a setup. That Wack Three Fingers knew that Jay Reed was coming. Travis Ford probably told Three Fingers Wack, like, hey, this guy's going anyways. This guy's out of control. And Wack was probably like, we gonna see about that. I got Loose Cannon. We gonna do the whole thing. And he wanted Wack Three Fingers wanted to do some gangsta shit. What? But he's not a gangster, so he needed Loose Cannon. Does this make sense? I hope this is making. I want to actually go to a clip here before I get too
When I
carried
call
away.
him and say, yo, bro, what's up with this dude? Know what he tells me? He said, Wack, dude called me at 5:56 and said he on his way to No Jumper. And I said, I said, why? Mozzie canceled with Wack. Wack called me and told me not to show up, right? I don't know this dude. All I know is Travis Ford and my owner, number 2. That's it. I don't know this.
Crazy part about it, right? When I first
You know
reacted to
Jay
this
Reed
shit,
though.
that's exactly what I had speculated had went on. I'm like, bro, just be hella thirsty to get it to the building, whatever have you. And that's exactly what they said happened, bro.
This is actually problematic because Wack Three Fingers actually did know Jay Reed. He knew exactly who he was. He's been in pictures with him. He's gone to dinner with him. He's been on the phone with him.
You in pictures with him, at dinner with him, and you on the phone call with him prior to No Jumper.
Man, I was just in Vegas with these dudes about 2 weeks ago. And, you can see the picture up on about that. So
20th. You see the date? There we go.
Yeah, right? See, there's a picture Travis, right there. Wack, Jay Reed, Loose Cannon, the other dude from IBM.
Mozzie, Jay Reed in the back. I don't know this dude.
So Three Fingers Wack actually did know who Jay Reed was and likely knew he was coming to No Jumper that night because Travis Ford was notified by Jay Reed that he was going to No Jumper.
He said, Wack, dude called me at 5:56 and said he on his way to No Jumper.
And so it just doesn't make any sense to me that Travis Ford wouldn't then relay that message to Wack and say, hey, Jay Reed's on his way up there anyways. It doesn't make any sense. I believe that Travis Ford did in fact do that and that Wack knew that Jay Reed was coming. And it also kind of sounds like they were waiting around for him to show up.
He does what he always does. I got to get home before the baby goes to sleep. He come out here, laugh, joke, bullshit, shoot a game of pool, then we get on.
But either way, this is where the story stops making sense. Listen to this.
As soon as I saw them heads, I say, bro, whoever that is, get them out of here. When you leave, bro, I don't let nobody in this building. If you're here and it's cool, then it's cool.
Yeah, we did cover this video. This is what Spider was reacting.
I said, yo, whoever that is, tell them wait outside, bro. I don't
know
if some loose people or what.
So when Three Fingers Wack is just systematically snitching on Loose Cannon, just blaming the whole thing on him. And he's like telling these lies like he didn't know who Jay Reed was, like he didn't have dinner with him the other day.
Just tell him wait outside, bro. I don't know if it's some loose people or what. So when you call and said it's 2 people in the back,
in the front, really,
or whatever they was at, my people. My people, when I get here, they're here. If you ain't,
hey, this shit crazy, Wack. It's crazy, bro. So you didn't went to dinner with bro and all this other ass shit, and then you just flat out say you don't know him. You know what I'm saying? This shit crazy, bro. I mean, hey.
Here when I get here, I ain't fucking with you. So I don't send my people out. I say, Loose, whoever out there, maybe they're your people, go check. So he goes out. They motion for me to come over there. Dude is saying some shit like, motherfuckers think they all that, woo, but when it comes to this white boy, culture vulture, he gets this, all this crazy shit, right? I make the decision not to respond. You know why? I respond, Adam, who respond? You've been around my team long enough to know they disciplined. They ain't finna do shit unless I do some shit. I'm not saying I ain't tell myself, I'm gonna fuck your ass up, just not right here. I ain't trying to hear what you're saying. Loose says, so you came up here for content. He says back to Loose, whatever, cuz how you want to put it, on gangster. Loose says, nigga, this on neighborhood, okay? In this jungle, Adam, anything gangster crip, anything neighborhood crip.
Wow. Okay, so this Pyru is on this podcast narrating gang-related. I mean, this is insane. Why is he doing this? It's almost like he wants Loose Cannon to get investigated. Seriously, what is the point of discussing this on this show? If Wack Three Fingers is so hot under the collar from all the pressure from the interrogation of the 16, imagine what he would give to the cops. I think Wack Three Fingers is
imagine what he would give to the cops.
And a point I wanted to make is that Loose Cannon already made a video snitching on himself for this exact thing, this exact beating, but he gave a different story that didn't involve any type of gangbanging. And so I'm thinking, like, is Wack just trying to add gangbang to the story because he knows the feds are watching? Could it be that Wack Three Fingers is trying to make this appear gang related so that the feds investigate this?
Could it be?
I mean, it makes sense if you think about it. And so I'd like to play you guys a clip of Loose Cannon's version of the event.
It does sound like he was trying to do that, yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I don't know, but let me go out and holler at him. So I walk out.
Let me go out and holler at him. Sweetie.
With Wack. I'm like, you got a problem with Wack about what? Yeah, I just got a problem with him. I'm like, you do? So I call Wack over there. Wack.
Man, they done got Loose wrapped up in this shit. All Loose wanted to
Real
do some content, bro. That's all he wanted to do.
Come over here.
Real shit, though.
Dude was like, man, you running this type of content and stuff like that. And Wack was like, what content? Wack pulled out his phone. Once Wack pulled out the phone, he was like, oh, this content. And then the dude was like, everything is not content. I say, you right. So
Everything is not
let's see the
content.
results.
You right.
Smack. Let's get to it.
Oh,
How
shit.
far do y'all expect me to go?
So Loose Cannon's version is that he knocked the guy out because he said he had a
Oh,
problem with
man.
Three Fingers Wack. That's very interesting. So Three Fingers Wack left that part out of his version. He didn't want the narrative to be that Loose Cannon was knocking people out on his behalf. So he changed the story and said that there was gangbanging involved, and that's what motivated Loose Cannon to knock the guy out. And so this had nothing to do with any gangbanging. This was just Three Fingers Wack trying to remove himself from any responsibility.
And firing on Jay Reed has absolutely nothing to do with on gangsters, on neighborhood.
That's what I think.
It has nothing to do with
So
that.
it sounds like Three Fingers Wack pretty much made this up, this gang enhancement situation, and just made it up. And so he's not only snitching, but he's lie snitching. That's one of the more pathetic forms of snitching. And it gets kind of crazier when Three Fingers Wack says that
Pathetic
he
forms of
basically
snitching.
stopped the situation from getting worse. Listen to this.
Y'all witness outside of no jumper. Did I do what I was supposed to do?
You didn't do anything.
No bullshit. Oh, y'all got amnesia?
Oh,
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Wow. So Wack Three Fingers wants credit
Don't
for
do that.
stopping the
Don't
beat,
do that.
for saying no, don't do that, don't do
He
that.
is
He only
mad.
so here's the deal. He only started saying no,
Bro,
don't do
getting
that
mad as
after the
hell.
gun came out. You can clearly see in the video Wack
Good,
Three
man.
Fingers just standing there with his hands in his pockets watching the
You're
beating
looking on
take
tap
place.
in
He
again,
didn't say
bro. What you
anything
got
until
going on
Slam got
tonight,
pulled
man?
out. And you're going to be able to
Good
tell
with
when the tussle starts and when Three Fingers Wack says, no, don't do that. Listen to this.
We got a whole bunch more, man. We got this. We got the Gordy and P Nice. We got Rich Trapper and Munchie B. We got the Kanye and Academics interview. We doing the whole thing. Man, got a whole bunch tonight, man. Stay tuned.
That sound like that broke an eye socket or something, bro. Damn, Los.
You can hear Wax say, no, after our blood was already getting on him, though.
So that was about 11 seconds of violence, and Wack just stood around with his hands in his pockets watching it happen. So I really have a huge problem with Wack Three Fingers telling on Loose Cannon on podcasts and explaining all this gangster activity on, it's really unacceptable. He should sit there and shut the fuck up, especially because he was involved probably. He should shut the fuck up. But because of, and this isn't the only thing that Loose Cannon is in jail for,
man.
that
A whole
Wack
bunch
Three
more
Fingers
stuff
sort of
coming,
lined
man.
up.
Like I
The
said,
federales are actually using transcripts from a podcast that Wack Three
Wack
Fingers
little
brought Loose
thing, then we
Cannon
got
onto
Nice,
in order to get
YPG,
Loose Cannon to start saying way too much about crime.
and we got
And this was how Loose Cannon got his start
Munchie
with
B,
his
Rich
internet
Trapper,
antics. This
and
was
we
his
doing
we
the
hadn't seen
Yay
it. So this is the first
interview.
time we have ever seen Loose
We doing a
Cannon
little
on
bit
this
more
podcast.
I
Adam
took
and
Louis
Wack
and
show.
set him on the side of me.
Hey, what they were
When
saying.
the light hit me, I made sure it hit him.
Yeah, I don't think I was that familiar with him before
Yeah, right.
you
So
brought him on the pod.
So Wack Three Fingers just
Look
put
how
him
he
on this
tries to
nobody
get loose
named
to
Loose
incriminate
Cannon
himself right here,
and
though.
starts getting him to tell on himself and others for the sake of getting Big U in trouble, because Loose Cannon ends up implicating Big U in Nipsey Hussle's murder. Okay, so this is
What
really
time is it over
into
there,
this.
gang?
But
Over
this
there in
crazy
you in
motherfucker calls
Minnesota,
me
right?
today. If I get some information or some content, I'm gonna fry your ass up.
Man, shout out Point, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Wack ain't gonna like that. He ain't gonna like that, bro. And the thing is, so it been hella shit though. Like they been on Wack.
You said Milwaukee
Ever
or
since this
Minnesota, you
Rico
went, gang?
shit dropped
My
and all
bad,
this
I
shit.
forgot.
You feel me? You know who been spearheading this shit fake way. Like just tell it's crazy because people feel like, all right, Wack, you didn't kind of like antagonize them people or whatever, bro. They feel like Wack went off on Academics the other day for playing.
Since I hit that bill, he ain't that bill. Hey, and we on episode what? 88, 85?
Okay, let me ask you this for the record. If they subpoenaed you to answer questions, would you?
Hey, bro, check this out. Academics, I ain't
Check
gonna
this
pay you
out,
here,
bro.
bro.
Okay.
Stop trying to put me in something
No, I was just getting the scenario.
They gonna subpoena you about some shit ain't got nothing to do with you, bro.
I would hope not.
You and the rest of these stop trying to incorporate me in something that ain't got nothing to do with
Oh,
you.
okay. Yeah, that's what you said. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Okay, I know I said Milwaukee. I meant Minneapolis. Shout out to Minneapolis, Minnesota, bro. That's Florida too, though.
Wait, let me clear up.
You talking about?
No, I'm not saying you had nothing to do with it.
No, that's what you keep.
No. Let me clarify.
Hey, look, bro, get in your lane, bro.
No.
Some shit is disrespectful, bro.
No.
Get in your lane, bro.
I wasn't trying to
stop insinuating. I'm gonna ask you.
Wait,
I don't know if you dumb or slow or you just playing for content.
No. You think I'm saying something I'm not?
Did you read all this shit?
Yeah. No.
What do I got to do with any of it?
I think that the feds would want you to be
his neck and shit.
Hey, bro, this Wack is crazy. It's crazy. He done blacked out on. I couldn't even get a word out there after trying to insinuate some crazy shit to Wack on, from his perspective. And it's crazy, right? Because a lot of people was looking at it like, Wack, hold on, bro, you acting suspicious. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because ask you simple questions, because he already hear how you trying to lead it down, like what road the questions is going down. So he on you. He like, what you mean when I sit down? Like, bitch, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I haven't done that shit. But yeah, bro, it be a lot going on, right? Everybody ain't invested. You know what I'm saying? Some people just here for the ride type shit.
No, for sure.
But that's how that shit be, bro. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think.
And now later, ho. Say, ho, keep it playing with that paper, ho. You can need that yaper, need it now and not later, ho.
Okay, what's it? It's sunrise, man. Grand rising. What up? I don't say good morning from my morning. That's but you know what I'm saying? Grand rising, good sunrise, man. We gonna go to the next little piece of content with Wack. Okay. That's a year ago. Nah, the one we seen.
So here's a crazy thing that makes me really suspicious about Wack. And if you guys have ever heard of Whitey Bulger, Wack reminds me of a Whitey Bulger. And Whitey Bulger was basically a gangster from Boston, a white gangster from Boston. I think he was Irish. And he, he's a real gangster, mafia style boss. And, he was doing the most, catching bodies, extortion, gambling, all the rest of it, drugs, all that. And eventually he gets plugged in with the feds. They try to pinch him and he starts saying, hey, I'll work for you guys, but keep me out of the pen. And they do. So they leave him out on the streets. He continues killing, stealing, and robbing. And
I need to give me some of them.
The rest of it.
Headphones right here,
he's
chat.
FBI's guy, so he's kind of like untouchable. And
eventually
he ends up going on the run because he's catching too many bodies. So even when the United States government, which has nearly no morals, they're like, bruh, you didn't went too damn far, bruh. Like, we got to bring you in. So then he gets tipped off magically. Of course, the government, his government handlers tipped him off, and he went on the run, and he absconded from justice for all the way into his 80s. So he basically lived a full life completely free with
I don't think I ever heard of him.
California.
I'm trying to think.
And
Irish white dude.
Find him apparently until he was almost dead.
It sounds familiar.
But the point is that while he was committing all these heinous crimes, he was also on the Fed's payroll and under their protection. And I wouldn't be surprised if Wack 100 was in the same situation. I never hear him speak ill of the government or of the authorities, of the feds, of the police. And also I hear him get into a lot of people's business. I hear him talk on gang business publicly. And it just seems as though he's a little bit too free with his language in a way that you would only have that kind of comfort and freedom when either A, you've never committed crimes, which I don't think is the case for Wack, or B,
he did go to prison
liable for the crimes you've committed. So
he did go to prison one time, I believe.
To me,
I believe he did do one prison
term. You playing gang intervention, you turn it in, but
I could be wrong though.
The money you
it was like 6 months. Damn. I think it was like 6 months he did a prison term.
So this is gonna probably be my.
So this is Big U right here before he went to go turn himself in. And honestly, it breaks my heart to have to see this because I know what it feels like to have to, go into that situation. You're about to go into that cell.
Yeah,
And
Big
you know
U
exactly
did
when
definitely
you get
say
out and you're
a
dealing with
couple
a
of real
broken
things
system.
though,
I mean,
like
the
the
policing
content
system,
creators
the
and shit like that. Kind
criminal
of
justice system, the Bureau of
put
Prisons is
emphasis
so
on his
backward. It's just
case and
unbelievable. And
tied
you're basically being ruled over by imbeciles and people who are power tripping. It's really a sad, evil situation you're going into. And hopefully none of you have ever experienced that. But I don't know. I think for most people, it's when you get in the cop car that they're like, they got me. But for me, for some reason, it's not until the cop car drives into the police into the jail, and then they close the gate behind you. That's when, like, okay, they
I
got
mean,
me.
shit, I kind of felt
But
like
either
that just
way,
like when we were on the
it's a
way,
terrible
feel
thing,
me?
and
On the
I can
way
feel
to
that energy from
the
him.
bounty, you feel me, to the building and
That
shit.
he feels like,
And
they
I was
got me,
like, okay, I
and they
fucked that,
did.
feel
They
me?
absolutely did.
My last video, I'm gonna go turn myself in to see what's
I
going
never
on.
was
They
going to turn
told me about
myself in though.
refusing to. So they just raided all my houses. 600 was actually with the police when they raided my house.
I don't know who 600 is. Is that a rapper or something like that? Somebody might
600
have to tell me
is
in the
Christopher
in the
Lovejoy.
chat.
Everybody knows who 600 is.
But
He's
if
yes, he
600
is a
is a
rapper,
rapper
but
or
he's a
he is someone
boxer,
who is not a
rapper,
part of law enforcement, or if
content
600 is in
creator.
fact a person,
Uh,
then I think
they
Big U
say
is
he's a lot of
trying
things,
to
man. Say he's a lot of things.
basically say, hey, this guy's a snitch, and he's basically subtly putting a hit out on him. And I can't blame him at all.
He's actually got video and footage of it, so y'all know what y'all dealing with. And I just
so he's basically saying, yeah, he's a snitch. Go get him. Respect.
want to say this to y'all. When they raided my houses and my property, they was asking about Wack.
That's curious.
Wack, loose cannon, 600, and this internet stuff. All of y'all foul. All y'all who be
All of
sitting
y'all foul,
on the
man.
internet.
He said
All
all
of
of
y'all
y'all
who be
foul.
promoting and listening to what they're saying. All of y'all giving these likes and hidden likes. All y'all supporting this. All y'all guilty of this. If you had something against a black man, you should handle it with a black man in the streets. Wack said 100 times he was gonna take my contracts. He's working with the FBI. Yep.
For the sake of
Ooh. Now, you know what? You heard shout out to Darius, he writes, plus nobody I knew got killed down in South Central LA. Today was a good day.
And
You heard me just speak on Wack possibly being an informant. Now you just heard Big U speak on Wack possibly being an informant. I don't think that it's a coincidence that we both have the same inkling. I don't think that's coincidental at all.
Bounty to the building.
I went to the city 3 days in a row and told the city they didn't want nobody to give me no more money. They went to all the different celebrities and told all the different celebrities, don't give me no money, don't help me, don't do nothing for me. They going around scaring and intimidating everybody. But y'all sending it around, getting people in trouble. Like y'all don't understand what the FBI do to black men who try to help their community. I ain't been nothing but a help to our community. But I guess it is what it is. This the price of being black and trying to help somebody, trying to help your community and do what you can. You're just guilty.
I was just trying to check out
because somebody else don't like you.
the clearness of the audio chat. That's all I was doing.
This fact is, man, they done went to my house, kicked my house.
Yes, I do believe you're right. I
So
do
one
believe
thing
you're
I'll be
correct,
curious about, and I know
Shorty.
Big U's dealt
I
with the
think
legal
that
system. He has a lot of
Wack
friends who
and
dealt
Big
with the
U
legal
were
system.
locked up together. Yes.
I
Can you let
and
me
I
know
can't
if my
blame you because you feel a lot of
audio sounds
emotions
clear, or if
knowing
it's
that the
kind of
feds have
coming
been
in and out,
investigating you for 6
in
years
and out?
straight,
So I
and
can
that
kind
you're
of
at the
turn
top
it
of
up,
the
turn it
pyramid.
down,
You're going to feel
move
a
the
lot
mic
of
a certain
emotions.
way.
And
Okay, perfect.
maybe he did
Appreciate
part
it,
of
boss.
this strategically to point out who the snitch was so that somebody could put in some work on him. But also, I just would be curious to know if he
Appreciation, bro.
consulted a lawyer before doing this live. And even without knowing if he consulted a lawyer, I know that the lawyer would just say, don't do that. Don't say anything. Don't do anything. Just go turn yourself in. Now, there's some lawyers that, knowing the charges and knowing your position, they may or may not have a sense of your innocence or guilt. They might just tell you, like, hey, you're not going to win. You're looking at a plea deal. You're looking at this much time possibly. Here's your best case scenario. Here's your worst case scenario. And with that, you could decide what you want to do.
No,
Clearly, with him
definitely,
turning
definitely
himself
for
in, he
sure.
thinks that he has some kind of a chance, right? He thinks he either A, has a chance to get off scot-free, or he has a chance to get off with minimal punishment, or maybe less than 5 years in the can. So
I
either
mean,
way,
to
I
be
don't
honest,
think,
bro, it seems like they're putting a
he'd
lot
be going to
more on
turn
this
himself
case
in under
because
any other
somebody maybe
circumstance.
in the court,
And clearly, there's a level of
or
comfort in
yeah,
going to
in
turn
the
himself in
LA
because he's on
court,
a live session as opposed
doesn't
to,
like him,
him dipping out and sliding
due
day
to
one.
whatever it may be.
Shout out to
But
All Rights Pieces
it
saying happy
does
Wednesday.
seem
Thank you
like
for
there
taking
is
the
a
time
lot
out of
more
your
stuff
life
that
to
is getting put on him, though.
appreciate
That's
you
how I
for coming
agree
and
with
you
that.
choose to go live and teach, and I'm here to keep learning. I appreciate you. Shout out to Ronald. Thank you for the sincere message. You know, not everybody gets it, man.
Shout
Bust
out
my
to bro,
doors
man.
down, bust my windows. They calling my son at his football practice, threatening him. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. These folks is harassing people. Something serious.
These dudes tagging him. What kind of shit is this? But y'all gonna be rolling with these dudes. And I got this
Yeah,
last
so
thing
I
to
don't
say.
know about all that,
Wack
bro,
said he's gonna
because none of
destroy the
that,
weapon option, right? So
none of
who
that
gonna
was
replace
really
the weapon
spoken
option?
on like that, bro.
Which
So
one of you in the 60s gonna call yourself coming in? Because whoever try to come in, y'all the ones that's working with Wack. Believe that. So remove
y'all the
me and
ones
get
that's
me out the
working with
way
Wack
for
and the
somebody else
feds,
to
bro.
come in who
For
gonna
sure.
cooperate. That's
You know, this makes perfect sense. This is not surprising. And he's basically talking about high level business, you see, which is to say that um, he was getting a lot of money, government contracts. And this is another reason that government is rotten and they shouldn't be collecting all these taxes. Because is it my responsibility to pay taxes to like do youth development and gang prevention? Hell nah. Let their parents do that. You dig? Is it my responsibility to give out food stamps, like my tax dollars to pay for food stamps for these broke broads? Heck nah. You heard me? Let Jesus feed them.
Yeah,
You
no,
dig?
for
You hear me
sure.
say,
If
Christians,
you're
let
not a
Jesus
good
feed them.
lawyer,
I ain't the one. But that's the problem when the government
I
has
mean,
grown
yeah, if you got a
so
good lawyer,
filthy
you
and
can work,
polluted
bro, for sure.
that they
That's what I'm
steal
saying.
your
Like,
money and use it
I
for
feel like a
things
lot of
that
this stuff would
are
be
unworthy of your
just like, I mean,
hard-earned dollars.
it goes down to this, man. It goes down to this. I'm gonna pause it just for a second just to say this. It goes down to this, bro. There's a lot of certain things that happened in the last year with a lot of people that went down, and I feel like they kind of added more to their case to keep them in there longer. Not saying that Puff didn't do what he did, but certain things I feel like were fabricated. So you feel me? He's probably gonna be out soon. There's a lot of people that they're trying to put a lot more on there, and if they have good lawyers, I feel like they could definitely beat their case. Smirk's one of them. There's a lot of people that's locked up right now that I feel like a lot of people don't understand that they've got a lot more stuff on their case than a lot of the things that they were, not ever found guilty on and innocent of. Feel me?
That's what the whole play is. I'm out. I'm gonna send y'all videos to put up all of it until they lock me up. I'm looking at all these charges on the news. I'm headed back to LA.
That hurts when you got to read about your charges on the news. Oh, that hurts. That you already know, bro. You getting fried up. You hear me? You in the court of public opinion at that point.
Oh yeah, for sure. The jury they're gonna pick for him. I bet you they're gonna be people that dislike you, bro. Mark my words. The jury that they're gonna pick for that trial on Nip's death date are gonna be people that dislike you for sure on that.
Right there.
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, absolutely.
Is that how they gonna work the case?
Yeah. So he's saying that you went and arrested my enemies and claimed that they were part of my RICO charge. So you're saying that people who do not like me are a part of my organization. And what you're
Yeah,
going
no,
to
that
do
part.
is
Oh.
you're going to say, hey, well, if you want to get out of this, all you have to do is inform or give us information on Big U and his crimes. So you've incentivized them to lie. And it's easy to lie against someone you don't even like. Very deep.
Everybody know I don't with Cannon. Everybody know I'm Big Bang. So if you want to arrest certain dudes, and put them next to me, them is the dudes you gonna have to call themselves turning against me. Well, ain't no turn against me. I ain't going for that. You might well go get 600 a whack. These dudes been saying I did shit all year. So what they doing is
Years, bro.
They go on the internet and these dudes say that I did shit on the internet. Then when you say I did on the internet, they go investigate it. Now you raid my houses, raid my shops.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Wack is a cold guy. He played a cold game.
Raiding all this stuff.
Nah,
I'm talking about I'm committing crimes and covering up with developing option. What crimes am I committing to cover
Wack
up
is
with
definitely a
developing
cold
option?
guy, bro. You do not want to be on the other receiving end of Wack stuff,
You know what I'm
man.
saying? I ain't committing no
Be
crime
somebody that he'll
and
expose.
cover
You know,
nothing
you
up
want
with
to get on the
developing
bad side
option.
of Wack. I feel like. I mean, I'm not saying that he's scary or nothing. He doesn't put fear into my heart,
But this
but
how they
I'm just
get you.
saying,
It's
in
gonna be
general.
repeat a thug. It's gonna be a bunch of people in jail for a bunch of different crimes that don't have nothing to do with me. They finna lump all of us up.
Yeah, sounds about right, Big
I
U.
want to know where was bro coming from to turn himself into jail. Good lord, there's not even traffic, so
Bless
you
you.
could tell bro ain't even really made it to LA yet. Like bro was like way out in San Bernardino or something. Bro was really in the hideout,
Bless you.
man. Good lord.
Yeah.
Same thing out here. I knew it was coming. Now they on this saying all this stuff to assassinate my character. One of us, it ain't nobody safe with these dudes. If these dudes feel they want you, how they going around talking about somebody's gonna raid my house before my house get raided? How they there with the police?
That was crazy.
And y'all,
That was crazy. He said, how they say my house was gonna get raided, did it get raided, and then they're there with the police. You see, the problem is that black people lack a real leader, and the blacks are in such disrepair that any leader that rises up must rule with an iron fist. And you have so many detractors, and blacks are too dim-witted to understand that when you have a Charleston White and he's like, yeah, I'm a snitch, yeah, I'm a rat, he
Hollywood
tries to
Handler
add
is a good word
morality
for
to it
Wack
as though
for
he's
sure,
doing the
bro.
right
That's a
thing, when
good
in
title.
actual
I like
fact,
that. I
rat
definitely like
what's
that.
his name, Rat
Yeah,
100
and if
or
you
something.
ever
He's
wanted to
actually
just
the
hop on
one
the show,
who
bro,
sent
and
other black
give a little
males that
bit of your
he did a
insight
crime
about
with,
Big
sent
U
them to
being up
prison
there and
for
him
life.
being a good guy, you
So he's
feel me,
basically the slave master, you
and
heard me?
looking out
He
for
put
you
them
and the
in the
homies and all
bondage,
that,
you dig?
you can hop
So
on here,
no,
bro.
he's
If
not
you
a
ever
good
wanted to hop on the
person.
show,
And
bro, it's
furthermore,
free to
if you're
come
in a
on here, bro.
situation
This
where
is a
your
free
government
speech
does not
space.
support
Anybody
you,
wants
your
to hop on
government
here and speak
is
their
over
opinion, man,
policing
let
your
their story,
communities,
whatever
your
it may be, bro. You
justice
let me know.
system is giving you
So, but that's
disproportionate
definitely a good
time,
title for him,
then
for
the
sure.
government is
Hollywood
essentially your
Handler.
enemy. Full stop. So to cooperate with them is to cooperate with your enemy. Every community should have a chief, and the chief should run affairs there. The government is not your chief. They're not there for you. They're not even there for the whites. The government has abandoned and is doing
He
the
said they're not
whites
even
dirty.
there
You
for the
see just as
whites.
many white folks getting shot in unjustified police shootings as you do black folks. I mean, it's utterly ridiculous. So,
They're also saying loose as well, Wack.
nah, they ain't got him.
Okay, so there's that. Y'all can stop saying that part.
They ain't got him. I think they only got like 10 people. But on the thing, they showing 17 of them in custody, but only 10 of them in custody.
Okay.
They ain't got it.
and then Wack be knowing a little bit too much. You heard me? Wack be
Yeah, for
knowing
sure.
I
Wack
better
already
stop talking
knows
about Wack for the
everything
nigga
before
had
it's
me
gonna
in jail.
happen. Wack knows all the deep details,
Gervais ain't
covered
like that.
details,
But
body
see,
cam
you know
footage,
what?
and all
He
that.
was working. He one of the grid workers. So that's probably what's going on with that. Him, the boy Bear Claw. That's the name I wouldn't say that
Yeah,
was
for
signed
sure,
on the
bro. Just
same
let me know,
contract
man.
Big U was on.
Send you a
So
little
they got
StreamYard link. We hop on here, do a little quick little
Let's
show,
see
or
who
do a
they
little
got.
I
They got
can
a
interview
couple
you,
names
whatever
on
you
the
want me to
policy.
do, man. Let me know.
Hey, Wack, can I ask a question?
My name is Tiffany.
Yeah, what's up? Yeah, I don't know the
So
ladies.
that grid program shit, that shit was a front.
Listen, he told, listen to me.
He said
You
that
didn't
grid
hear him tell us
program, that shit was
what type of
fraud.
organization that was? Y'all didn't hear what they said?
He said that shit was.
You
I like
getting
that Operation
playing
Drawdown
game,
because
using the money,
Big U is that's
you gang
that's
banging. Them,
Tony Draws
Now,
right
here's
there.
the
So
thing
that's
about guys like Wack, right? If Wack is in fact just a civilian like you and I, which is to say not a member of law enforcement,
not Tony
how
Draws,
could he
Big U,
possibly
Big
know the
Draws.
inner
My bad.
workings
No, Tony
of
Draws,
Big
Big
U's
Draws.
nonprofit? How could he know if Big
Operation
U
Drawdown.
is
That's just
using the
play on
nonprofit
words.
to
It's a
launder
subliminal
money, to
dish
funnel
to Big
money,
U.
to extort people,
And
to
actually, I mean that's a
take
funny title, but that's respectful.
proceeds that are earmarked for certain things and putting it in his personal account? How could Wack 100 possibly know any of that? I mean, he couldn't unless he has information from the FBI or he's lying and making up things. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's lying and making up things just to stay at the center of these discussions.
Got sex
I don't know if he's lying and making up. Certain things I'm pretty sure is fabricated, but certain
And I'm
things that he
saying,
does
Wack, you
clarify
on
are
bullshit.
true.
You try to dirty name. I said, I ain't trying to dirty nothing. Y'all hearing what the people said. Well, why they ain't arresting him? I said, bro, they probably playing for a bigger play. As you see, you don't remove the main piece off the board if that's the magnet. He's the guiding them to everybody. So why would you remove him off the board? You keep him right there. Listen. Ain't nobody gonna answer his phone
Yeah,
call.
no, that's what I'm
He
saying.
ain't
That's
gonna
my
be able to
bad. That's
call for
big
no
draws.
assistance.
So
Ain't
I said
nobody gonna
I,
text.
I
It's too
corrected
much.
myself.
All
How
right.
many draws?
Now they got the
Yes,
trap
you are correct.
on there too. But they told me she was working.
Huh?
Armani, that's the trap kitchen.
Oh, wait, no, that's our money.
Yeah.
Hold on. Okay, so now I don't know if you guys had caught the video the other day I did about Trap Kitchen Money. And Trap Kitchen Armani is somebody that she has a taco truck or a food truck in LA. She's cool with everybody, man. And they did kind of put her down and in the RICO as somebody that was around for some sexual trafficking and some extortion. And then they did kind of try to say she told because she got out right away. I think she got out like a day after everybody else went down. But I really don't think anything of it. All I know is a lot of people I know that know her that speak highly of her. So yeah, I know much of her.
That's the trap kitchen. But I told her 8 months ago, I said, I heard you called up. What? I said, they say you working. She cussed me out on the phone. I swear to God she did. I had the homies call, the ones that used to come to Sleepless.
Yeah.
I called him and warned him.
Damn, not our money.
And
That's
he
the
called her.
homegirl.
If you call the homie that used to be in our room, he gonna say, Wack called us.
Now, here's the interesting thing. You got to wonder, like, what kind of personality is Wack that he wants to be involved with all of this stuff? I'm extraordinarily busy and I have trouble sometimes, being able to call back my mother and shout out to my mother. She's healing up recently, got a surgery.
Shout out to his
not
mother,
any
bro.
weirdo stuff, like the old person surgery type of thing. I have troubles finding the time to be able to call her, check in on her on a regular basis and keep in touch with, business, like every part of my business and friends and, family and all this other stuff. It's just like, how does Wack have time to gossip? It's just like, how does bro have time to
I
get
mean,
all
it's
this
not even
everybody's
really. That's
gossip?
his world,
It's
bro.
just
You know
weird.
what
Like,
I'm saying?
these are the
That's the
personalities you got
clubhouse
to be
world. If you ever
suspicious of,
been
man, because they're so
on
dangerous.
Clubhouse,
These are
that's what they
devils on
really
earth.
do.
They're
Is
demons.
I wouldn't
These
say
are
it's
really
gossip, but
demons.
they
Not,
speak
that's why I
about
always say stay
people's
away from people who are
cases.
broke
They get
and
people in the
or
room and try to
ugly. They're
clown them and
dangerous, man. There's
try
no
to get
peace for these people.
information and certain
There's
things
no
like that. So
peace. They
that's
just
the
go
world.
creating havoc and
That's the
destruction.
clubhouse world, bro. If you ever got on that
I
app,
said, bro, somebody
you
tell
know
me you
how it
working.
moves.
Y'all
You know
better
what I'm
watch
saying?
it.
You know how they utilize that app for
But
those
see,
things.
this is bad work because our money gonna tell.
Oh, shit.
Nigga, what?
You got a
I'm
son.
gonna tell you right now.
I don't
Listen,
think our money told,
listen.
bro.
The ones I know for sure. Vay, I've been knowing Vay 30 years. Vay is not a gang member. His family just from over there. He ain't never been in jail in his life. Vay.
Uh-oh, that's a problem. He said he ain't never been in jail in his life. Don't do dirt with people either A, who have never been to jail. They're going to rat, snitch, and lie to get out of there because it's an unpleasant place. And number two, don't do dirt with people who have kids and care about the kids. You hear me? If they care about
Is
these
this
kids, yeah, they're going to rat,
Marquette
snitch, and
Devon?
lie
I'm
all
pretty
day.
sure I seen
Sometimes it
him
ain't because of the
on
kids. We can blame the kids. But if they
something
really
where
want their
trying to
kids and you
clown
realize
Adam
that, you're
22
done.
Ain't going
somebody
for
else,
Armani
another
ain't going
content
for
creator.
too long.
Pretty sure I have
Vay
seen
used
this
to
guy
be with Big
before though.
U every day. Every day. Mama, that's the one I told y'all caught him boiling crab. Because Vay was with him in that parking lot that night. Them two for sure. Hop ain't gonna talk. He's solid, but he ain't never did no time, but he ain't gonna do no talking. Is Floss on that? Nah, Brick Baby on there. Nah, Floss is already Floss one of the 8 cooperants. There's 8 cooperants on the body out here in Vegas. 4 of them from 6-0. I wish I'd have known that so that he was calling me. Floss been a rat. Floss first told
That was
2008 on the homie
crazy.
from
That was crazy.
Crazy to say
Wack
that.
called somebody a rat. You know they a rat. Good Lord. He said he been a rat. That's all bad. You do not want a rat, a known rat on your case.
on a schoolyard. We got all that work.
On
Homie from schoolyard.
schoolyard,
He
huh?
bust on 3 of them.
You gonna have to send me that.
So Wack, check this out though, Wack.
Is who talking?
Big T, Minnesota.
Yeah, but see, Minnesota got a problem too, because Big U been working
Matter
on
of
him.
fact,
He
we're
in
gonna
Jersey.
start doing a show
Jersey,
on
Minnesota,
Clubhouse.
and the
Y'all gonna start
Carolinas was his
tapping into
target.
that,
That's
man.
why
We're gonna do
they
it.
didn't
I'll
put him
start
in
doing
back
some
in
room on
2021
Clubhouse.
on the body.
Really,
He was already working.
We gonna
Keep going
do
on
it
up
still
there.
with
That
this
I'm
one.
gonna
We
have to
live.
call your phone later. Hey, if it ain't already went on.
Now, here's the thing. Dude said, I'm going to have to call your
Matter
phone
of fact,
later. It's like,
gotta
why?
go on
To engage in
Clubhouse and
gossip
see
about somebody you don't care about?
what's popping right
To
now.
engage in gossip about somebody you don't want to help? Like, what does it even matter? To be honest with you, if I wasn't in the YouTube game, would I be having a conversation out loud about Wack 100, about Big U? Absolutely not. They're irrelevant to my life. I just had to learn that I'm in an industry where like things that are current matter. The news matters. People tune in when things are breaking. So that's why I'm talking to you about it. And I'm trying to give you lessons in game like that's peripheral to this that'll help your life. But do I care about Big U, Wack 100, or anybody else? Hell nah. Do I care about the fact that Yella Beezy just got arrested? Hell nah. You heard me? I ain't from Texas. I don't know Brody. I don't
He
want to
said, "Hell
socialize with
nah."
him. He seemed like an alright dude. But I don't really care, to be honest with you. It's a shame that Mo 3 got aired out because bro made quality music. You heard me? Like, why they can't shoot any of the dumb rappers with terrible bars?
Hey, Wack. But if Floss is calling you, you tell Floss. Wack told me to tell you.
Now, see, that's some real broad stuff. Anytime you have to structure a sentence like that, you're already getting into little girl territory. When so and so called you, you tell so and so that Wack told you that such. It's like, bro, man, tell him yourself, homeboy. You's a grown man. Tell him yourself.
Tell him yourself.
I look like, what's this, the
That's
third
a good
grade?
one.
You gonna get you on three-way? Hold on, let me get Wack on three-way, bro. Knock it off. It's ridiculous.
Okay. So okay. Hold on, yo. They claim she had been working with the Fed for Big U's trouble. Mm,
Show me your hands right now, bro.
I have heard a little bit about that, but like I said, until I see some like black and white, some actual paperwork stating that she told, I'm not finna be like, oh yeah, bro, she told. And even if there is that, I don't know her. I'm not from 6O. I'm not from LA. I'm from Dago. I'm gonna keep my nose out of all that. I could react to it. I could analyze it, whatever. But I'm not finna sit here and start calling people no rats and shit like that if I don't know for sure that there's no paperwork on them. Feel me? Um,
But then again, you know how the feds work. We don't care how many chickens or turkeys you pass out. Yeah. We don't care how many book bags you didn't pass out. What we care about is these wiretaps.
whoa,
We care
what
about
the
these
fuck is
confidential
this,
informants,
bro?
and we care
The
about
Wack
your
wearing a suit with a
actions
badge on it. What
within the
kind of
means
AI shit
of the
is
law.
this? But
Welcome back to Scandalous Los Angeles TV,
that's
where we
a good
expose the
one, bro.
exposers.
I like
Now that the
this.
feds have Big U in
Scandalous
custody
Los Angeles
and reveal
TV, man.
details about
Shout out to
Operation
Bo.
Drawdown,
That was a good one.
everything CS2 Back has been doing over the past few years starts to make sense. CS2 Back strategically gave a platform to Cannon, allowing him to air out personal grievances and ultimately incriminate both himself and Big U,
Yes,
helping the
sir.
feds build a case and seal a conviction. But it wasn't just
And this
CS2 Back
18
who
minutes.
played a
Okay, we're
role
gonna
in
do this
this.
one. We go right to the next
Adam
video, man.
22 was also used as part of this larger scheme. By giving a voice to CS2 Back, the federal informant, and allowing individuals like Loose
Federal
Cannon to
informant,
speak
man.
freely on his platform, Adam has become a useful asset in this federal operation. I'm also going to show you how the feds actually lied for Adam in this affidavit, covering up certain details to protect him while they used him to further their case. The connections and manipulation at play here go deeper than many realize. In this episode, we're going to take a closer look at the videos featured in the Fed's affidavit and break down the crucial role that Porky played in helping the authorities with their investigation. We'll revisit the events and explore how his involvement helped shape the case against Big U. So we'll start here. Henley directs a robbery of and conspires to rob, and Robinson and Williams personally rob a marijuana dispensary at gunpoint.
One such robbery occurred on July 5th, 2021, at an unlicensed marijuana dispensary in Los Angeles, where victim 1 worked. Leading
Okay,
up to
so
the
this is
robbery, the
dispensary
Big U
robbery.
Enterprise had been extorting Victim 1 for years, and Victim 1 had been paying the Big U Enterprise up to $25,000 per month when Victim 1 was at the top of his earning capacity. Shortly before the robbery, however, Victim 1 had ceased paying extortion to the Big U Enterprise, as Victim 1 did not believe it was necessary or that he was receiving any benefit from the payments. On the day of the robbery, approximately 11 of the Big U Enterprises members and associates, including Robinson and Williams, both of whom Victim 1 knew as well as Rollin 60's members, rushed into the dispensary armed with firearms and without masks. They demanded belongings of anyone inside and stole cash and marijuana from the store before fleeing. At one point, they demanded a Rolex watch from one of the co-owners, but at Robinson's direction, they ended up letting him keep it. According to Victim 1, while still at the dispensary, the robbers put Victim 1 on the phone with Henley, who invited Victim 1 to Henley's home. According to Victim 1, when Victim 1 arrived at Henley's Arlington premises, Robinson, Williams, and other robbers were there, as were the proceeds of the robbery. Inside, Henley told Victim 1, "That's how you rob yourself." Henley then demanded $10,000 from Victim 1 to ensure other robberies did not occur. Henley also directed Victim 1 to identify other businesses or dispensaries that could be similarly robbed and assured Victim 1 that the Big U Enterprise would compensate him for identifying any robberies. Henley then provided a portion of the robbery proceeds back to Victim 1. Williams later admitted to this robbery and the aftermath on a podcast. On the No Jumper podcast, after stating that Williams was Henley's right-hand man, Williams explained, "So, basically, he'll manipulate things. We'll go and do something. And then the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later as we trying to count everything."
He'll be like he'll manipulate things like we'll go and do something, and the same niggas we do it to show up to the house like 10 minutes later when we trying to counting everything, right?
And we be like, "How the fuck?" Williams then said that Henley would state, "Well, we just going to give like $40,000 back."
And we be like, how the fuck they get that? Oh, well, we're going to just give them like $40,000 back and stuff like that.
Wack 100, who was a rival Chocolate's counterpart of Henley's for the Bloods, was also on the podcast and stated, "You know why he wanted to give the dude back the $40, right? Because he was going to make the dude give him $20 for getting it back."
One day, you know why he wanted to get a dude back to 40, right? Because he was gonna make dude give him 20 for getting it back.
Williams then agreed. Of course.
Of course.
And kept you out of it.
Of course.
He did that to two famous rappers.
So like he literally just
Williams then
admitted to it, bro.
demanding
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's
from the
true.
celebrity
Luke,
rapper
what are you doing,
RR,
bro?
or they would kill the celebrity rapper MM.
He did that to when I did
Meek
that to
Millie.
Mills and Rick Ross.
What'd you do to them?
So
the club when you sweated them in the club?
Yeah.
Dude, and Meek and Rick have no idea that Draw sent you at him. Dude, and Meek and Rick have no idea that Draw sent you at him. Dude, and Meek and Rick have no idea that Draw sent you at him.
Williams then said RR dropped off the $50,000, and Henley stopped answering the phone and then did not share any of the proceeds with Williams.
Because I called Ross, I'm like, Ross,
Boy, this
drop
shit
off
get crazy.
Drop off the 50,000 and we're gonna let Meek live on crib. So Ross dropped off the 50,000.
It's on a live
And so me and the
podcast.
homies, we go back.
Feds
He stopped
broke that
answering the
down. They
phone.
said, "Oh,
He
this
stopped
is what we
picking
need
up and
right
shit like
here."
that. And we were like, "What you doing?" Like 2 days later, he called me. He was like, "Oh,
Shit,
nephew,
idiotic.
where you at?" And I'm like, "Nigga, where my money at?" And he was like, "Oh, I needed it for
This is a
bills. I needed it
42-year-old
for-"
man,
I'm
mind
like, what? Like, cause that's some weird shit.
According to further No Jumper and Vlad TV segments, Henley then served a cease and desist order on No Jumper, and this podcast episode
Yeah,
was
bro.
removed from
He
the
really
platform.
is, man. Like he
Although a
really is.
recording
I'm
of the
gonna give
episode
him this, bro.
remained available elsewhere.
He is a very good businessman, and excuse me. He's very good at what he does. He's a very good businessman, and he's very intelligent in certain things, but in certain ways, he just puts his foot in his mouth all the time, bro, and he just don't know when to shut up. And yeah, man, he just keep digging himself a bigger hole, bro.
Online.
We received a cease and desist from Big U about some of your claims and Loose Cannon's claims, I guess, on this podcast. And after having it evaluated by our legal team, they told us that they thought it was a good idea for us to remove the episode.
According to further No Jumper and Vlad TV segments, Henley then served a cease and desist order on No Jumper, and this podcast episode was removed from the platform, although a recording of the episode remained available elsewhere online.
In the affidavit, the feds confirmed that Adam22 received a cease and desist letter from Big U,
I like that. I like his
which
voice
prompted the
changer.
removal of the controversial video from the No Jumper podcast.
The No Jumper
Adam himself
podcast.
has stated that his legal team advised him to take it down. The feds also claimed that the video was removed from YouTube, but remained available through other channels. The problem is, the video is still live on Adam's channel, with each part of the conversation clearly labeled for easy access. Considering the FBI's reputation for thoroughness, these small, intentional untruths reveal a lot about who's cooperating in this investigation.
Yes, they do.
Williams's recounting of this robbery occurred years after the robbery of Victim One's dispensary, and years after Victim One had already recounted and documented the robbery for the FBI. Lately, Williams has claimed in multiple interviews that he is no longer affiliated with Big U, whom he now refers to as Big Useless or Big Uterus. However, Williams continues to discuss former Big U enterprise business, to discuss and threaten violent assaults and robberies, and to actually commit the same. For example, on January 3rd, 2025, outside of the No Jumper podcast filming location in Los Angeles, Williams struck a victim in the head multiple times with a firearm and pointed the firearm at the back of his head.
Here we go. This is the Jay Reed incident. You heard him? Get up there and record it. You heard that, right? I hear it. Go up there and record
Let's
it.
not forget that Lucy pulled that move at No Jumper at the orders of his handler CS2 Back, the
Wack.
federal informant.
They just don't want to admit the truth that we're not internet dudes. And that's just the fact to it. And it's like when they come playing, we're going to show you. And unfortunately, somebody, like, they got caught, you know, doing these things. Like, come up to Wack on some goofy stuff. Wack said, nephew, let's make an example. And that's what we did. Wack said, nephew, let's make an example. And that's what we did. Wack said, nephew, let's make an example. And that's what we did.
While two other suspects removed valuables from the victim, including jewelry, cash, and a cell phone, in excess value of $5,000. The victim lost consciousness during the incident, which was captured on video and posted to social media, apparently to stoke fear and boast of Williams's penchant for violence. After the incident, Williams posted a 7-minute video on his YouTube channel discussing the beating, stating that he used to be Big Useless's enforcer.
I told you, I was Big Useless enforcer.
That he loves to fight, and that the incident could have went a lot worse. Williams's post also played a portion of the assault.
Or Wack 100 could be in danger of some sort of indictment because
yes, he
if
can.
Big U's guilty of creating an air and aura of fear and intimidation, using loose cannon to beat people up and paying a check-in fee, well, Wack 100 talks about checking in, not exactly the same way as Big U.
He said Porky speaks about a different kind of checking in than Big U. Let's see how different it is.
Didn't have the entertainment shit. Matt gave him a few plugs. I gave him a gang of plugs. Everywhere we went and took it, we walk in, go boom, 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 this boom, boom, boom. We part of the table. He found me and boom, boom, boom. Then a few niggas like with T.I., the T.I. relationship was a play. Nigga, we put the fake blood press. Nigga, we put the fake blood press. Nigga, we put the fake blood press.
Porky just said we, which means he's admitting to his own involvement, incriminating himself.
Okay, Big U, you pull up at the Denny's in Westwood. Boom, you jump out, save the day, and then T.I. gonna be up under you. You regulate that. That's where that come from.
That sounds like Porky was the one directing everything. He said they put the fake blood press on T.I. so Big U could come save the day. Porky just said that he did that. Then he said he instructed Big U to regulate that situation. Porky and Loose Cannon's relentless pursuit of getting Big U arrested has led both of them to incriminate themselves in the process.
Porky.
Ironically, Lucy ended up behind bars for his own statements, while CS2 Back has faced no such repercussions. This inconsistency leaves a lot of people wondering why one is being penalized while the other seems to be shielded.
He was kicked out of the house because he wore his son's chain without permission, which is, if you let somebody live with you, it seems like a minor thing to put them out of the house. It could be show the type of personality he is, very domineering. And then he got back cool with him.
Who is this guy? He has
got some studio time for him. I wouldn't be surprised if it was with that Mally Mal guy who Loose Cannon jumped on.
Oh yeah, Molly Mall.
What is wrong with you, yo?
There's footage of Loose Cannon beating up Mally Mal. Loose Cannon tells the whole story about Big U sicking them on Molly Mall. And
so I ended up whooping Molly Mall ass, right? Put it on camera and shit. Guy named Big U. It's cool. They used to be brothers, right?
That's talking about Big U and Molly Mall.
No, Big U, Molly Mall, and you.
Yes.
Molly Mall, who you're friends with.
Yeah, that's my brother.
Right. Yeah, they used to be. They all.
He put us on the phone together.
Still my brother.
Yeah. Molly Mall is a good dude. He's just a scammer. So you know,
Molly's not a scammer.
Allegedly.
Molly Mall is a scammer on Chris.
You and Molly Mall
they
is good.
cool. They still good.
Me and Molly
he
Mall is good.
He talks the truth, regardless
Molly's
they
not
like
a
it or
fucking
not.
scammer. You know what? This is what I'm saying.
Look,
All the business I've ever did with Molly, he always delivered.
No, have you ever seen Molly Mall produce a song?
He has the producers.
No.
Pooh Bear, nigga.
Pooh Bear is a writer. Pooh Bear is.
He makes the studio available. He provides the beats. Then, he demos them, and then when people pull up, he press play. I got a hit. The Game and Jeremiah joint.
No, he's just saying though, he just puts his name on things. He don't really do it.
A whole bunch of these producers.
You're right about that.
Smart.
You know that shit.
You're right about
That's
that.
true.
That's a fact. Go ahead. We listen.
Okay, so basically, after I whipped Molly Mall ass for doing some bullshit.
Molly Mall is definitely a good
and Molly Mall
producer,
would
bro.
tell you, he was like, I was in the wrong, I was fucked up, I was going to jail, I was off drugs and stuff like that. I was just fucked up. So I don't know why I play with you like that.
I don't know that, Molly. I guess when I come around, I've never seen him do drugs or none of that shit.
Yeah. So I told him that, and then I guess Big U told Molly Mall some shit, and then when Big U told Molly Mall some shit, he told you. Molly Mall told you.
He definitely told me.
And then you called Big U, and when
He
you called
definitely
Big
told me
U,
some shit, Los.
he got mad because
He definitely
you
told me
outed
some
him,
shit,
or
Los.
Molly Mall outed him. So he basically
Los.
said, "Fuck you," and fuck
Don't be
Molly
talking
Mall.
too much, Los.
So that's why he got mad at me?
He got mad at you because you called him as a man, and you
See the way I'm looking at you,
and
Los.
he felt.
Because Molly Mall's supposed to be his brother.
That's Molly Mall.
Molly Mall belly my
brother.
jail. Give him his mansion. Just give him the fucking mansion and say, here go the keys. Here go the keys of my cars. You my brother. I love you. When he was short on money, Molly Mall go in his pocket. Look out for him. I saw Molly Mall help his artists, give him free beats. So when I hear some shit like that, because it was a situation on Sunset. Molly Mall's eating. You see some guys pull up and they get at Molly Mall, right?
Saying what?
They get at him. Ain't no saying nothing. Action.
They beat his ass.
They beat his ass. Okay.
They get at him, right? That's loose. So I'm like, so I get the call, right? I'm like, he like, yo, I see, yo, who was that? He like Loose Cannon. I say, what Loose? I say, where he from? Because I know it ain't him. Because Big U from 6-0. Ain't no way Loose get that Marty Mall like that. So when he say Loose Cannon, I'm like, from where? He like 6-0. I say, wait, that was Loose that did you like that? I said, hold on. So I called Big U. Hey, man, why is Loose doing that to bro? Now, you got to remember, me and Marley do real business. I come get a beat from him. You know, I pay him for his beat, give him his points. We got to hit him and Game and Jeremiah came from Marley, right? So Big U, like, laughs the shit off, right? So I'm like, yo, bro, what kind of shit you on? I thought Marley is, you know what I'm saying? What kind of shit you on? Yeah. Right? So then, you know, he started to make mention of certain things, and I guess he must have called you back or called Marley back. He called Marley back and said, you called Wack? And told Wack, and at this point in time, Marley like, fuck me calling Wack. What's up with your homeboys doing me like that? You know, I didn't let your kids stay. I didn't did everything in the world for you. What's up with your... And at that point in time, I think Marley's light came on. Yeah. But then again, you know how the feds work. We don't care how many chickens or turkeys you pass out. Yeah. We don't care how many book bags you can pass out. What we care about is these wiretaps. We care about these confidential informants. And we care about your actions within the means of the law.
All right. All right, man. Yeah, we finna shit, man. I want to 12 minutes. Fuck it. 12 minutes. We gonna
All
do
right,
this
what's
one.
good, man? You already know what
Ready.
it is. Back with another reaction to this Adam 22 and Wack 100 show, man. And we just gonna dig into this. Like, so at the end of the day, man, Wack is backtracking on things that he previously said, and he's spinning a narrative in his favor on that whole Dana DNA type situation where it was allegedly supposed to be found up under Big U's nails, which he put out there, 600 put out there, but the paperwork said that was a lie, right?
Yeah, I don't know
But at the
about
end
all
of the
that.
day, he tried to double down on it again a couple days ago when he sat down with the Avengers and
The
him and Trap Lord
Avengers.
Ross had their back and forth. He tried to stand on it, but Trap Lord Ross went to the paperwork. Now, with that being said, now Wack is choosing to address it again on the Adam and Wack show. Let's check it out. Let's see how Wack is trying to spin a narrative, and we gonna react to it.
But a lot of stuff I'm reading, and some of it I still really, I'm kind of like, it's missing some pieces. I can't see him. I can't see Big U shooting a kid in the face that once lived in his house.
Yeah, that part right there. Over a diss song, though.
Because there has to have been so many different times over the years, even since he's been free, in which he would have had much better reason to clap somebody than that situation.
what I'm
Like
saying
that
is-
just doesn't seem like it would have risen to the level of being.
Let me tell
like
you
if he killed that kid, he probably should have killed like 20 other people.
No, listen.
Yeah, nah, a
tell
lot
you
of
what
people
he
were
would do.
dissing Big U for a long time.
If the kid had did a diss song, right, and he heard it, at his age, he would have brought one of his little homies.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Over
saying.
there
He
to
wouldn't have dealt with it himself. He would have brought
All
him
right, so
to
let me stop it right there.
to
Now
squad
all of a
with him or
sudden,
something.
Wack is saying, well, you know,
He don't know if
I
he can
can't
believe
see
it now.
Big U doing that. That don't sound like him. If it was this and that, he would have brought one of his little homies over there to fade him, whoop de whoop, whatever. He lived with him. But before that, you were saying the boy's name 3-4 times, yelling it, shouting it. Rayshawn Williams. Rayshawn Williams. He did this to that kid. He's a dummy. He's a coward. I mean, you talk crazy about him on Clubhouse about that specific situation. And you were saying, like, if he did do that to him, because we protect kids and babies, then he deserved what he got. And I'm lightweight paraphrasing what he said, but we can go back into the Clubhouse room and get the actual audio of what Wack said. But at the end of the day, he wasn't talking nowhere near like this. In this particular voice, he's making it seem as if though he doesn't believe that Big U would do something like that. Let's go, man.
Right.
Okay, how do I know this? Nipsey dissed him.
Right.
What did he do?
The song, the first song.
He brought one of his homies over there to fade him, right?
Mhm.
Or he would have did it, right? But if he little dude, he just gonna bring one of his little homies over there. So this is why. And
That guy is not a threat. The kid, rest in peace, Ray Sean. He's not a threat enough to require killing him. Why don't you just beat his ass, punch him in the head a couple times, and get the point across?
Because I've
right?
already disrespected the family. Because I'm gonna be real. I don't know if you listened to the call. When I got the call from these people,
right,
I'm thinking it's some troll motherfuckers. And I'm gonna tell you why. First thing, whenever I ask you a question, I already know the answer. I just want to see what you're gonna say.
Okay.
So the first thing I say is, yo, when this happened to your brother? She says 2022. I know it was 2021 because I read the shit.
Right.
So right then and there, my mind is like, okay.
So what did you read? Possibly, I mean, I wanted just clarification on that. But what did Wack 100 read that he knew the exact date? Now, there was a news article about it. It was on the internet. It was on the internet that Big U had anything to do with it. But what did you read that you seen or that you knew this date, that this date was in your head? How did you know Big U had involvement in this allegedly? Let's keep going though.
Well, let me see where it goes.
Uh-huh.
So then I'm like, oh, what you mean they had to get blood? Like,
hold on. My bad, bro. I was over here. You know what? Check this out. Yeah, you know, we're gonna check this out real quick. I'll put it out there in a second. But who do you like better, JL Felony or Mitchie Slick? Shit, man. I like JL Felony. Shout out to the neighborhoods. You feel me? To the 40s. I'm pretty sure that's where bro's from. Where JL Felony's from. He's from the 40s. And shout out to Lincoln too. I feel like both of them are two legends from out of Dago. Big shouts to Big June as well. You feel me? But I say both of them. Yeah, both of them. I mess with both of them, bro. More so JL Felony just because of Mitchie being from the other side or whatever. It's kind of frowned upon if I really sit here and give him his flowers. But you know, I don't even care about that, bro. Because at the end of the day, like at the end of the day, bro, Lincoln and Skyline used to be really like cool, bro. We used to be as one with each other. So, but yeah, man, I mess with both of them, bro. Yeah, I mess with both of them. They both legends from Dago. Shout out to Big June. Shout out to Mitchie Slick. Shout out to JL Felony. Shout out to Don Diego. You know, and the names go on, man. The list goes on for legends from the Biddy, man. But we gonna go right back into this. What I was doing though is this right here. I'll show it in a second, but I got a TV channel called the Flip Network. I was looking at my analytics, man. It shows me who installs the app on their TV and certain things like this. And if you want to check it out, if you have a Roku TV at home, you could install the app. It's free. The Flip Network gives all my content on there. I'm gonna be putting a lot more on there as well as other people's content too that allow me to have that on there. But yeah, man, Big June's like my uncle, man. Big shout outs to Big June, bro. That's somebody that guided a lot of homies in the set, and you feel me, turned them from somebody that was always on the block to businessman, man. So definitely big shout outs to Big June. That's like my uncle, man.
They swab us before we get out of prison, right? So then she says,
Reload June
they
is
found it under the nails, right? So I'm thinking to myself, motherfucker, if they found some DNA under some nails, and it's this dude, ain't no way they let him run around for 3-4 years.
Y'all
It's
following
funny
the
how
same
Wack
move
is
that
trying to
Wack
backtrack
is
his
doing
word.
right now, man. He dancing. Got his hammer pants on right now.
He's trying to
Like
backtrack his
you
word
was
so it don't make
you
it
was
look like he
defiant that this man had the
was basically
DNA,
trying to
that this man's DNA was under that
confirm that
boy's
his
nails.
DNA
You
was
was
there.
ready to knock Trap Lord Ross head off.
Yeah, the other
You
day,
put the
yeah.
information out
So he's
there. You
backtracking what
went
he
ahead,
said the
you
other
went
day.
along with
So
600 putting it out there. Y'all went against Loose to put this information out there.
Right? So I let her keep talking. So she says, my mom such and such, right? So she puts the mom on the phone. So when the mom comes on the phone, I'm gonna show you this, right? She goes into her thing. The mom immediately says, "Oh no, it's been 4 years." Okay. This one I thought they was really cap when she says, "Between me and you, the cops don't want nobody to know, but this, that, and other, right?" So I'm telling myself, mother, the cops
Shout out to
don't
all
want
the
to
Dago
run
though,
with
man. All the
nobody
artists in
when they
Dago, man.
going to
Y'all
pick
play
somebody
bro.
up.
But definitely
Yet
big up to the legends.
you
JL
repeated this
Felony,
information and
Mitchy
put it out
Slick,
there. Let's
Big
keep going
June,
though, man. This is wild.
Don
Like this is the
Diego.
craziest spin. This whole like situation is crazy, but this whole entire spin that he
Big
trying to put down,
Earn.
man. I don't. How many of y'all is like actually
You
like
know,
following along
the
with
list
this,
goes
like
on,
believing
man.
in it
Marty
and like
McFly.
agreeing with what Wack is saying? Come on, man. And I ain't saying that the police about them
Hmm.
putting out like the fact that they're gonna pick somebody up. I'm talking about the spin move that he trying
Hard
to put
Beam.
down.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
So then I get this text.
Hey, this is Rayshawn Williams' mom. I didn't want to ask you this because I don't like asking people for anything, but I do need your help. Me and my daughter have been homeless for the past 3 months, sleeping in my car. So if it's possible, could you please help me
Shit,
at least
even
get a
Lil
hotel
Rock
room for
from
a
San
couple of
Diego,
days? I
man.
really do need the
Shit,
help.
shout out to bro. He's a legend.
So
Dago
now you know.
Clip.
But after you didn't put the
Mr.
information out
Shadow.
there, I mean, like, and they didn't give you the
Shit,
information.
man.
Now
A
they
lot of
looking like,
people,
well,
man. A
shit,
lot of
we
people.
might as well get something out of it. You all over every
Lil
podcast. They
Nas,
probably looking at it like you
Sight.
probably monetizing all of this, which I ain't gonna say that Wack
Shit, man.
monetizes his
List
social
goes
media
on, man.
presence.
List goes
I
on.
don't know about his deals with Vlad or when he goes on these other podcasts, but most of the time, Wack is just on the internet just running his mouth. I don't really think Wack is too into the monetization side of it as he is into like marketing the things that he's doing and keeping his name relevant. But let's keep going.
Know what I'm thinking?
It's cap. It's a scam.
It's cap. It's
Yeah.
a scam, right? So,
but he still put it out.
At this point in time, I'm gonna be real. I watched Big U on about 3-4 occasions go side with some motherfuckers that's running the narrative on me that he knows ain't true. Right?
The spin move. This is just like the Jay Reed situation. We see you, Wack. We know what you're doing, cuz.
And because it's his voice, it makes it seem like it might be some truth. So I tell 600, hey, bro, these motherfuckers is capping. They thought they was gonna run a sob story on me and get some money out of me. The motherfucking sister don't even know what year the boy died, which is odd. Anybody lose somebody that close, you know the time, date, the year, you know that shit.
Hell yeah.
Right? And I said, as soon as, and the mom is lead me to believe, shh, I'm telling you some exclusive shit. Because the police,
which don't forget the part that she said, don't say nothing.
Police not gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you why. You may want to do something to this dude. So if the police tell you we coming to get him this month, that gives you your flight time to go kill this dude. It's a million reasons why me dealing with life, I'm like, man, ain't no motherfucking police for the
They gather.
It's awfully funny though that they said late March, early April. When did Big U go to jail? Let's
all
keep
this
going.
information, and they choose to let it out with one massive flood. Obviously, the the indictment in the Rolling 60s, this is all shit that they had ascertained over the course of many, many years. They
This
gather
is
it
real
all up,
shit.
and then they drop it.
Yeah, but so I got a lady, the daughter or the sister, don't know the year the boy was killed. I got a lady trolling, faking like she's like telling me some exclusive shit. So you know what I did? The same way Big U went over there with these dudes with this CS2 back shit, we made it look real, which in the long run is gonna help me because that's a great lawsuit. Like that shit's finna pay great, right?
You're gonna sue Big U.
No, I would never sue. I sue
Looking at him, bro.
Because Big U, you notice as of about 18 months ago when I said I'm suing them behind them putting that up. You don't see Big U talking to World Star shit. Because when World Star doubled back and said, hey, where's the paperwork to support this? He like, I don't got none. We was just, he like, well, dude got a big ass law firm. They coming at us. They not playing. They demanded some serious money. This dude's a public figure.
So this lawsuit is still in the works?
What?
What?
This gonna be great.
Oh,
It's gonna pay off like 2 of my cribs.
We got a harmonious man on our hands
Right?
here.
So
It's gonna pay off like 2 of my cribs.
with some shit
All right,
that he knows a lie.
Uh-huh.
And ran the narrative. I thought about it. I said, 600. They lying talking about this a football kid that used to play for his organization. That ought to strike a nerve with some of them parents over there, right?
Look at how he's spinning the narrative. Nah, cuz you thought that it was real and you put the information out there. Don't go with, oh, well, they contacted me and I thought they was lying, but I put it out there because he put that out on me and it was a lie. Nah, man. Like, I'm not buying it. Keep it. We don't want it. We know the truth, man. We know the truth, ruler gang. Come on, let's keep going.
It ought to piss him off, right? Let's run it
We
up,
know the truth, man.
right? Because at the time, I'm thinking that's cap.
Yeah, okay.
I'm thinking, come on, man, you don't know what year the boy was killed.
But you just was ready to threaten Trap Lord Ross, and you tried to make Trap Lord Ross pull the information. Man, listen, this dude is Wack is a bad liar, man. You just made Trap Lord Ross had to go to his computer and pull up the paperwork and read it in front of you. You said that they had the man's. He said that they got the man's DNA. Oh, well, if they don't got the DNA, Vay was there and they took Vay's DNA and Vay's DNA didn't come back as nothing. So who else could it be? Come on,
Sorry
man.
about that, y'all.
Stop it, Wack.
I
Stop
ain't trying
the
to get
lies.
nobody sleeping in here.
You talking about the police and told you some shit that I know police not gonna tell you. They not gonna tell you for this reason right here. So in my head, is no way this shit is. And then you hit me up for the money right afterwards.
That is crazy,
right?
bro.
So in my mind, it's capped. So we run murder. I'm like, how could I like turn it into content? Because as far as I'm concerned, it's content, right? I get 100
concerned it's
claims a day
content.
telling me shit. You heard me listening to some of them.
All right, I'm gonna stop the lies right there, man. Y'all get in the comment section. Y'all tell me if y'all like believe in this fable that Wack 100 is on No Jumper telling right now, man. Come on, y'all. Y'all already know what it is, man. I had to double down on this boy Wack today, man. I ain't even watched the whole episode yet. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna pull a couple more videos up out of this, maybe drop them. But get in the comment section, man. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is, man. Ruler gang.
All right, y'all. So we gonna be up out of here, man. We gonna be up out of here till the next one, man. What I wanted to show y'all real quick was this. So this right here, how's it at? This right here is my channel, man. Y'all go check me out on all Roku streaming TVs, man. Pretty soon, as you can see right here, I just started up, so you know, it's progress, a little bit of something, but this is where it's gonna be on soon. Fire TV, Apple TV, Android TV, web player, Android, and iOS. So yeah, man. Right now, that's what we got up on here right now. Couple things on here, man. This is what's playing right now. My mom's interview, me with the TP3 speaking out about the Baystone Galera incident with Fo Extra, my interview with my sister-in-law, and then we got the Goodwill 619 interview right here. I'm gonna be putting more content up this week, man. But y'all definitely go check it out, man. If you do have Roku streaming devices at your home, TV, shit, phone, man, PS4, PS5, Xbox, you know, everything got the Roku on it now, man. So go check it out, man. It is under the Flip Network. That's what it's called, man, the Flip Network. So definitely go check that out. Let's see where that right here. Boom. But yeah, man, we gonna go right into the next video, man. Anybody that's in here with me right now, man, that wants to follow me to the next one, man, go ahead. Feel free to follow me to the next one, man. Because we're gonna go right into the next one. The next one is Rich Trapper and Munchie B. Munchie B had called Rich Trapper a trick, and basically Rich Trapper debunked it, man. So let's get right into that, and we gonna see you right now, man.